What a beautiful day we are blessed with from our Creator and Most High King. His glory is all around us, my friend. It is a beautiful thing. Great God Yahweh, bless your words and your people, and open our eyes to see. Silence our fears, so we have the ears to always hear you clearly. Open our hearts so we have the courage to follow wherever you lead. 'Cause wherever you lead, my Lord, that's where you will always meet our needs. Israel's most famous king, he clung to the rock. It was his weapon of choice when it was his turn for protecting the flock. My friend and the greatest songwriter ever, King David in Psalm 18 wrote, Yahweh is my rock, my fortress and deliverer. What a love note. My God is my strength, in him alone, you know. Where he goes, I go, and I know I am safe when I hear his horn blow. My high tower that sees from above and looks out for me down below. He is faithful, he is strong, and he takes out the enemy before I can even know. Blessings from the rock, from that old block, a piece of peace, that's the stone half-cocked. The weapon of God, always ready to rock, covered in prayer, waits for an enemy to suck. In Genesis 49, Israel blesses the flock. He gives love, strong strength, and the promise of a rainbow at the top. For the Ephraim watchman, that the enemy won't stop, the branch of the vine that goes over the top. His weapon and his blessings, they will live in strength, because the mighty hand of Yahweh, the God of Jacob, O Israel, he serves at length. His hands will be weapons abroad, walking by faith with the armor of God. The stone of Israel, let no one applaud. Get ready your stones and give me a nod. A chip off the rock is a small little stone, and the deadliest of weapons when with a word it is thrown. Let's see what a little boy can do with a toy to a giant of a man full grown with no joy. David with his shepherd's staff in hand went to the water and chose 5 smooth stones. He put those rocks in a bag and covered them with scripture. With his weapon in hand, that boy was bad to the bone. Then he got close to the enemy. He spoke with authority, and so should you and me. He said, you come with a sword and a spear to throw hands. Get ready for defeat. I stand with I am. I come at you with Yahweh. I stand upright in his left-hand man. Then David pulled a stone from out of his bag and laid a giant down in the sand. He slung it at the enemy, and the great God of heaven moved over the earth and through the air. The God of angel armies, he delivers on his promise for those who love him and still care. The once seemingly strong and larger than life giant of a man, who once was loud and proud, who stood in self-righteousness, understood who he stood under as soon as he fell down. Yes, I tell you, he stood no longer, he just would not stand under the authority of the Most High King. We call him I Am. My friends, stand on the rock and be a chip off that old block. We are a very small sliver of his glory. We're a tiny piece of the Master's great peace. Take the chip off your shoulder, because the enemy has placed it there. Too many are like a boulder. Oh, what a burden to bear. Instead, take that chip and hold it in your hand and cover it in prayer. So when the enemy comes, take a hold of the rock and be the shepherd for his kingdom and take care of his flock. Praise Yahweh, the great God of heaven. His word, it cannot be stopped. And peace from the Messiah, our Christ and Redeemer, a chip off of the old block. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? That, my friend, is where you find Yahweh, the great God of heaven. He is the rock. Peace out. Be strong and be fearless. And remember Yahweh's promise. The kingdom of heaven is me and you. And we must stand strong. We must stand true. Love.